Hello and welcome to KimmelsIrishPub.com. So tonight is going to be my first movie review. If you know anything about the site, I have dedicated this site and all these videos to movies, beer, and fantasy football. What I plan on doing, especially for the movie part, is to watch movies on a regular basis and then give you my opinion. One of the good things is I watch so many movies that there's going to be some strange movies in there. Of course, I'm going to do Guardians of the Galaxy 2 or Baywatch and those types of movies that are coming out. But I'm also going to do obscure movies that maybe you haven't heard of. So I'll watch them. As I watch them and I find something interesting, I'm going to check back in with you all and tell you about what I saw and give you my opinion. Tonight's movie is The Wall. It only has 3 actors in it. It's an hour and 28 minutes long. On IMDb, I think it's a 6.2 stars. And it's about some soldiers who are trapped by a sniper, and the only thing in between them is a wall. Aaron Taylor Johnson and John Cena are the 2 known actors. So if you've heard of them before, they're going to be in this movie. And so I'm going to start watching it now, and then check in every now and again when I see something that's exciting and tell you a little bit about it. And we'll see how that works. Okay? Now I'm going to go ahead and dim the lights. If you're not aware of the amenities here at Kimmel's Irish Pub, I have Bluetooth lights that I can turn on and turn off, and check out my other videos to see how that works. But I'll check back in a little bit. Alright, so I've only watched the first 17 minutes and 36 seconds of this movie, The Wall, again with John Cena and Aaron Taylor Johnson. John Cena, the wrestler. And Aaron Taylor Johnson, you might know from Kick-Ass. So when he was a little bit younger, he was in that, and Savages, or some movies that he was in. You can look him up on IMDb and a lot. Avengers: Age of Ultron. So anyway, so this movie is about soldiers in Iraq, 2007, I believe, and they are out scoping out an area where some people seem to have been shot. Looks like 5 people were down. They're trying to determine what happened, and it turns out to be a sniper. No spoiler alerts here at this point. This is again the first 17 minutes. They assume that the sniper has left, so they go down to try and get a radio so that they can get out of the area, and the sniper is actually there. So what I've already learned after 17 minutes and 36 seconds is this is a fight for survival. And it's very intense, edge of your seat kind of intense, and there's not a little bit has happened, but again, you're only dealing with right now 2 characters or 2 actors in the movie. The third one is the sniper, which you don't see, so there's going to be a lot of dialogue between the 2 of them, and I think it's going to keep us on the edge of our seat throughout the rest of the movie. I'll check back in a little bit as a fight for survival. Of course, also I've failed to mention they're fighting for survival, and the radio, of course, is the antenna's broken, so they can't radio for air support or anything like that, or extraction. So they have that going on. A lot more of the movie to go, but I wanted to check in and tell you what I've seen so far. So I'll check back in a little bit and let you know how it's going. Alright, I'm back. It is at the 47-minute and 51-second mark. Yeah, it's been a while since I checked in. As you can imagine, there's not a lot to share. I'm not one to talk about like the cinematography and the acting, although the acting is pretty good. I enjoy that. There's not much scenery. We're just dealing with, again, the sniper and the soldiers. But one of the things that I thought I'd talk about real quick is, as you watch the movie, and I know this is a fictional movie, but it makes you think about like all the soldiers out there that protect our country, and everything that they do for us, and how they have to be amazing. Not only do they have to be courageous, and willing to fight for everything, and be good with guns and battle. They have to be smart. You just can't throw an old Joe out there who doesn't know what he's doing. They have to be smart. He's calculating, how far away this guy is based on the shot. He's determining where he might be located at, using a lot of different theories. He's also medically trained, which they would have to be. He knows how to take care of his wound. He has a wound at this point in the movie, and he immediately knows what to do, how to handle it. So it's just amazing, because that actually exists. Although this is a movie, but our soldiers are like that. They're well trained, very intelligent, very capable, and I think that's amazing, what they do, and how great that they are, what they do for us. And the other part of it too is what you see in this movie, although there's only two of them, is the camaraderie between the two of them here. But again, you see it in other movies, and it exists, about the brotherhood in the military. I myself was never in the military, but I have a tremendous respect for anybody who is in the military, and you see how they interact with each other, even in real life, and it'd be great to have that kind of brotherhood, but it comes at a cost of what they do and what they do for us, so that we can live in America. And I don't want to get political or anything like that, obviously, but just focus on the movie. But there are some of the thoughts that I had as I watched this movie, about the military and everything they do for us, how intelligent and skilled that they are, and we're lucky to have them. So not too much about the movie, but again, just throwing in my own opinion. I'm going to go back to watching it here for a little bit more. It's still a fight for survival. Edge of your seat, you have no idea what's going to happen, how this is going to end. It's a thriller, that's for sure. It's psychological, and we're introduced to the sniper at this point. We don't see him, but he is vocal, so you learn a little bit more about him and where he's from. Part of it was they're saying that the war is over, and that the 5 people that I mentioned that were shot earlier in the film were actually contractors who were there laying a pipeline, and the sniper had shot them. So, a lot more to unfold on why, but it's a testament to the Iraqi war, and what the Iraqis thought of us when we came in, and tried to build up their country there. So, more to come later. I'm going to go ahead and turn back the movie on and give a little break here, but I'll be back. Okay, well, the wall just ended. Sorry I didn't check in more, but the movie was kind of predictable. If you've watched some movies in the past, the credits are on right now, so let me turn it down a little bit more, but rolling through the credits here. If you've watched some movies in the past, like this, it's kind of predictable. You know what's going to happen throughout. I think the only surprising thing is how are they going to end the movie, do they make it, do they not make it, kind of thing. And I won't give you the spoiler alert, but that's the only thing you're really waiting for in this movie. Again, it's a fight for survival, the sniper against the soldiers, and the things that they do to try and survive and make it through, with a broken radio and trying to get help. You've seen this movie 1,000 times, in some form or fashion. Doesn't necessarily have to be a war movie, but these fight for survival type movies where everything continues to go wrong, and it's like, oh, how are they going to get out of this again, or what's going to happen here. You've seen it, so there's not much to tell. Probably not a great movie to start my first movie review or opinion of, unfortunately, but again, you stay in there until the end. The movie's only an hour and 28 minutes, so you've got to see what happens at the end. Do they make it, do they not make it, and what happens, and I don't want to spoil that for you. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. Again, the plot is something we've seen 1,000 times. The ending is maybe a little different or something like that. Is it worth? It's an hour and 28 minutes. IMDb had it rated at 6.2 stars. I am myself probably going to rate it at 6 stars. And you can see all my ratings up on my website at kimmelsirishpub.com. I tend to rate a little bit higher, so a 6 isn't great for me. Now, I have rated movies even lower, This is watchable. Yeah, again, if you like war movies and you like the camaraderie of soldiers being together, and you like to see how smart they are and things like that with the way that they try and survive and the skills that they use and their intelligence. That's all in this movie, which was entertaining, and it was somewhat entertaining. But again, I would give it 6 stars, which is kind of low for me. It wasn't complete garbage, but predictable. The acting was good. It was interesting to see Johnson. You couldn't even tell it was him because he was all, made up like a soldier, so it was hard to tell it was him. John Cena, you can obviously tell. He's easy to pick out of a lineup. But again, the movie was okay. Something we've seen before. I know I'm kind of repeating myself, but that was the plot, repeating itself from other plots. A 6 for me. The ending made it a 6, or it probably would have been a little bit lower. So again, the movie was The Wall, and this was my first ever movie review. So hopefully it was a little bit entertaining for you. Maybe help you make a decision on whether you wanted to watch the movie or not, or at least learn a little bit more about the movie itself, so that you know if you do want to watch it or not. This one was available on Amazon. A lot of my movies that I get are from Amazon Prime, DirecTV, Netflix. I use them mostly to watch my movies. Anywhere else you can rent DVDs from as well. Redbox was the one I was thinking of, but this one was on Amazon Prime, so I thought I'd get it and watch it and share my opinions with you. So hopefully you like this movie, this review, learn something. If you did, subscribe to my channel. Check out KimmelsIrishPub.com. This was my first one, so try not to be too critical. I will continue to work on my delivery and see how this works, and keep sharing with you what I think of the movies that I watch. Okay. Thank you for tuning in. If you made it this far, I appreciate it, and hopefully you tune in to other reviews. Thanks.